Hello darlings, my name is Anis, I'm from Sweden, and today I thought we should do a get ready with me video. And don't forget to do the usual stuff, and stick around, I'm gonna start putting on some face. Hello darlings, my name is Anis and I'm back with a new video. This time I get ready with me, so I have put on the basic things like I moisturize my skin, I put on foundation, I have put on some contouring, I put on my eyebrows, so that's all, because I'm not gonna do more because I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. And of course I put the primer on for the eyeshadow too. And shall we start? Else it's gonna take forever. I'm not sure what we're gonna do today, but I had decided to use Lovelace Cosmetics. I have picked 3 different colors from her because I'm not sure if it's enough to just use one, because it depends on what I want to do in the end. But I thought we could start with this one, makeup for the recently Immortals. And you see there's a lot of colors, it's very bright and everything, but you can still do a neutral look in the top, and you can do a Halloweenish type of things or like a sunset or whatever you feel for. But I thought we should try something and see where it goes. Maybe I step outside my comfort zone too, we don't know yet. So what are we gonna start with? I'm not so sure. Let me take this orange tone. She have named it to October 31st, and everyone knows what date that is. And hope I have put things in a good thing, so you're gonna see what I'm doing. I thought I just started something like this. I'm not gonna say what type of brushes are. I'm very bad at knowing what it is, and because my eyesight is not that good, so I'm not gonna even try to start reading a lot for them either. What I'm gonna do is show the most of the look, and then I might go back and put on like eyeliner or something, because everyone doing different and everyone have different eye shapes, so it's gonna take too long, and I don't know how my hand is either, and because I'm very short sighted, I'm still afraid that you're not gonna see anyway what I'm gonna do, so I think we skip that part. So I use this orange. It's no plan what I'm gonna do, I just put it, you see. And Lovelace Cosmetics is a Swedish indie brand. She gonna live in US, so if you are from US, it's gonna be possible to order to US without custom type of things, because you're gonna send out things from US. But she also send out for Sweden and EU from Sweden, because you should come back at least during summer times and work in the castle that her parents own, and that's pretty cool to actually live in a castle. Don't you think that? So what we're gonna do next, I think we're gonna take another brush, and I was thinking we might go into I'm gonna see what I have on the other things, because I might want to try something, so I can't use in the wrong place some things then. So I think I'm gonna put this reddish tone here that she called blood juice. Didn't it sound tasty or what? And I'm gonna put it in the end here. And today I'm gonna try to not use any tape or something, so I hope the fallout not gonna be too bad. Usually her palettes don't have that, but you never know when it comes to mattes and some other things. But it's not worth it, and you can clean it up. Like you see, and they're pretty pigmented, those things. And I'm not a makeup artist either, so you can guess what a person that is a makeup artist actually can do with those things. And what should we talk about? Because we don't necessarily have to talk about makeup, or what I'm doing, or what I'm not doing, or what I'm doing wrong. Because there's probably someone that say, oh, you shouldn't do it like that. But, don't know. I'm just had my birthday. I'm 54. And do I look like I care? I just want to have fun. Makeup is about having fun no matter age. And it's soon Halloween too, so I start to take a little think about what I'm gonna do. And the most fun part with Halloween is that I actually got a legal use for my FX makeup. I love to do FX, and one of my favorite shows on TV was Face Off. I used to watch that and was so jealous how good they were on everything. They could do all this special thing. They do the molds for the prosthetics and other type of thing, and I was thinking, oh my god, I should want to do that too. I should want to learn that, but some things are very expensive, so I had to stick with a simpler part, because I can't afford to go to that type of school either. So, and I'm not sure we even have it directly in Sweden, even if we have some good people working with that, and even been nominated for Hollywood movies for that type of makeup. So it's still not directly placed here. I think you can learn, at least not for a price that I can afford. Especially not nowadays when everything goes so expensive, and they're blaming COVID first and now they're blaming the war. I'm not sure what they're gonna blame next time, because it's gonna have an excuse to higher prices anyway. And then they say inflation. We don't really buy that much more. We buy less, but we need to think what we're buying. And if we want to afford something that is little luxury, so then you know you have to sacrifice something from the daily part, because that's the thing it goes. You can't get everything. And it's sad that everything is around money all the time. I don't like that situation really, but nothing we can do. But FX makeup is one of my greatest things, and I really hope one day that I'm gonna learn more. But I like to do those scars and that type of things with wounds and that, and I do try my best to watch videos and watch programs, and I try to remember what I said, and then I do the best with the things I have. Some things I bought from things, but it's still that thing that you need to have the money. Nothing is for free, and definitely not FX makeup. Unfortunately. Yeah, so this is what we've done so far. I was thinking, what should we do more? Take a new pencil. I thought we go into this green, and she called it Shapeshifter. And Shapeshifter is actually suitable when you talk about FX makeup, because if it's something that is shape-shifting, FX makeup is. And are you having any Halloween plans, and do you do this type of makeup, or do you just do something simple, put on a mask or whatever? For me, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have fun. No matter age, have fun. I'm not an American, and I'm very jealous when I see all those code orange, even from UK, have much more. And I was thinking, why am I in the wrong country? Because here, it's not a big deal directly, and the things we got, I have seen that some places start to get in the palettes now with the products for Halloween. I saw that on Dollar Store that I start getting that, so I hope that they're soon gonna put everything in place. That's the best time when I see the Halloween things coming. because then I'll live up and I'll be happy and everything, because that's the best thing. And because I'm a goth, oh god, we got a little fallout. And I forgot to take my fallout brush. Need to take down the pan a bit. I like to take away the worst already from the start, because then it might not be accidentally stuck in your face. You see? I don't have any plans with this look. We just play around. It's not my comfort zone, those type of color combinations anyway, so we do the best. I might go in and put on a little more of the other colors again. And like I said, Halloween is not that big in Sweden. Some people just think that it's for some people to earn money. Of course, that's a bit of that too. Someone is earning money on selling that type of stuff, even in the US and that type of things. But I think the difference is when you live in a country like US, where they have that like more tradition. People might not see that like some is just a money grabbing company that try to. And we went back to the red if you wonder. And maybe you don't get upset that it's someone gonna be something for it, because you know someone has to earn money anyway, and it's always gonna be someone that's gonna get it. I think we're gonna put a little more green again. And I haven't really still thought. I usually have something coming. Some I have even some years built things for my outfit. I did a tiara and 1 year. I think this green have a terrible fallout, but it's not that hard stuck in your face, so it's actually very easy. It's not in that way, it's not gonna be catastrophic. See? So what are we gonna do now? Yep. You can take I was thinking of trying something. See what I have for colors in other. I don't have. I have black in this one. I'm gonna take another. I have an old one, but I love to do that in the outer corner, because it really works for me at least. It's not as fanciest brush, but it's not about that. You should find the things that works for you. And I'm just using it here in the sides to deepen it up a bit. I might put a little one along the downside, you see. And I haven't really thought out yet what I'm gonna be this year. What I'm gonna be. It sounds like I'm transforming to a completely other person. Of course I'm not. It's still the same person, but I do love this type of things. I wish I lived in a country that actually, it was trendy for some year when it started, but then it still come those people that start moaning about this just for money grabbers. That's the way they put up Halloween. That's just because they want to get as much money from us. And do I look like a cat? Because I love a Halloween. I like, this is actually the part when I can get the most for my home decorations too. I actually brought the black little closet to start too. And yeah, I also thought that I might ask some other YouTubers if they are interested to do an Halloween collab that we actually can choose ourselves. We're gonna do like a whole outfit and show up how we look like. We don't have to maybe show the steps we're making, because that can be forever, especially if you're gonna use FX makeup or SFX. I know there's some good I follow, like Ash Makeup and Chaos. She's really good at it, and Catalina Antoguini is also good in SFX. They do awesome. I'm gonna put down the things in the description box so you can find them if you haven't already. Ash is from US and Cat Lady Eldergoth is from Sweden, but she's not Swedish. She actually moved from Greece for studying and now live in Sweden with her boyfriend that is Swedish. And she do awesome makeup looks too, they both do. So if you like makeup, go there and check them out, because then you can get something maybe that works even for Halloween. They have created different type of looks. Maybe not in exactly the same genre, because for me Ash is more interested in things like maybe I am when it comes to horror type of things, and she do an amazing look when she gonna look like Freddy Krueger, for an example. If you like horror, you know Freddy Krueger is from Terror on Elm Street, and all horror junkies often know about those type of movies. I don't know if everybody is a horror junkie. I do like them, but sometimes it's hard for me to know if I have seen a film or not, because we don't always keep the same title over here. So even when I talk with Trevor, my other half, so we can have little problems. So I don't know if I'm gonna say, sometimes we have the same title and sometimes they totally rename it, so I don't even know what it is, and sometimes I even forgot that I have watched something and then we put it on, oh for fuck's sake, it was that oldie. And so this is how far we come so far. Not that bad for just an experiment. We can deepen up the black a little more. And yeah, I can recommend them too. I think Cat Lady, I just call it as that because I'm not sure I pronounce her name correctly, because it's a Greek name. So she do more like if you've been like in cosplay or something, she do that type of SFX that or like she did a start up with doing this horoscope type of things when she paint on her, and even include the face makeup for that horoscope installations with stars and moons or what. Yeah, I maybe say a little wrong, but I know it was stars and I know it was up in the sky. So I'm not that completely wrong now, but sometimes my memory is little on different levels. Not always with me necessary. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. I know it's gonna be with FX makeup because I do love it, and when I can't put it on normally other times, so I need to take something that fall under that umbrella. What should we take on top? Should we take a fluff? Try this yellow. Maybe we don't go that much in the other palettes, but we're gonna use some of the palette for other. I thought we're gonna put it just a bow here. It's not the color I like, but it's a little like challenge yourself sometimes. Don't they say that? And this was a little harder to get what I wanted. But I wanted to have I'm gonna deepen up the orange a little more, where it might be, so it don't disappear. I haven't decided how much more I'm gonna do with some things, but that's, see, it may be a little interesting. When I do this video, it's gonna be probably 2 weeks before you see this one, so have that in mind. I did this one for 2 weeks ago, and it was end of August, and this weekend or this week have been a great one for me when it comes to not have to stress them up, because I've been mostly off of different reasons. I had my birthday, I have let my car go through MOT, and other type of stuff, and during Friday I had my hospital appointment finally for my sleep apnea. And I got my sleeping mask, CPAP. I'm not sure how you pronounce that word, but I'm gonna put that so you can read it at least. And I got a nurse that was sitting there with me, first explaining what everything was going on and what the doctor had put down, see if it was something that wasn't correct. And then she started to go through explaining how sleep apnea works in the first level, how it should look like when you're normal sleeping, like the most people do. And then when you start snoring, because you have sleep apnea, you don't have to snore, but it's a typical symptom too on sleep apnea if you suddenly start to snore a lot, especially when you haven't snored before. But because you snore don't necessarily mean you have sleep apnea, just so you know. And the first step is when you actually don't breathe anymore and hold breath for some seconds, sometimes even up to 1 minute, maybe more for some people. And you can have just a few times, or you can have several. There are people that have over 100, even more. I have 36, and that is already counting as a bad one. And my oxygen level went down sometimes just above 70%. And if you should have 70% all the time, you should be in hospital very soon, because that's not good for your body, because that stresses the body and everything goes wrong, and you can actually die much earlier if you don't do anything about it. So if you suspect you or someone around you have it, let them do this investigation, so at least you take that away, risk from dying unnecessarily early. But like I said, I got the time there, and she explained first that thing, how that works with sleep apnea itself, and explained that I have the worstest one, like I did knew already after been talking with the doctor in telephone after the test results come. And then she said, no, we're gonna go through the machine itself, so you're gonna know how it works and all the parts, and if you're gonna need more parts for it. And even if I want to travel, that it shouldn't be a problem. If you go on a flight, that is not a baggage they're gonna count in the ordinary one, because it's going on top, and if there should be any problem, they can put down a note from the doctor telling that it's a medical equipment. So I'm allowed to bring it with me without that count into the rest. And like I said, nowadays it's so usual with having it, so I don't know why it's more usual nowadays. If it's our life nowadays with all the stress and everything you have around you all the time, or if you had it before but maybe not that many have the same, had a diagnosis, they maybe didn't know they had it, and maybe they died too early just because of that. I don't know, but at least I got the machine explaining everything, and that I can connect it with an app too that could help me out. It was not a force to use it, but I choose to use it actually. And that if I need a steamer by the time, if I have problem with dry nose, I could tell that, and they're gonna help me to put that, because there's a place in my machine that you put this thing in. And I actually had to try some masks on. I was a little worried about that bit, because I can be very hard, and I was afraid I'm gonna have something that goes in this area where I'm very sensitive, because then it could be very hard to do my thing. But I didn't have that problem, so I tried out 3 different ones. I tried one for just the nose area, and then I tried one that was cover this area, but this, and the second one was little like it pushed in some kind of way, so it felt like I was on my way to chewing on my teeth. Because this don't feel pleasant at all. I can't have it. I'm gonna take on some glitter glue so you don't just talk, you do something too. And then I tried a third one, and actually that's the one that I usually don't bring first, because I'm gonna put it on the green, because usually that one have magnetic like locks, so it can be a little hassle to put in place and keep in place if you're not used, and especially when you don't have used a sleep cup, so you know how you react during your sleep. But I did try that one out, and it felt much better than the other one. Well, she said, oh, maybe you should do that. So I was sending home with actually 2 masks, but she asked me, which one are you gonna try first, do you think? And because I had this problem with color, I'm afraid that I don't like this sense you got when because you're gonna smell it. And I know already from when I've been with ambulance, when they try to give me oxygen, that I panic, because even if I knew my brain and everything know by knowledge that I actually get oxygen, so it didn't feel like I got oxygen because I got panic, and they had to take it away sometimes, because else I'm gonna stop work, then I'm very hard to deal with. I'm gonna change palette. Yes, I'm gonna use Madame Decifit, still Lovelace Cosmetics. I was actually thinking we should take this green press glitter, see how it goes. I'm not that good on press glitter, but you can't be good if you never try. And this was a little hard to get out. Or maybe I have too cold fingers. But now it's starting to soften. I'm gonna try to just dot it in place here. And I said I'm probably gonna start with just that smaller one first, because that feels a little more comfy. Whenever I don't want to go into the bead. So I said if that don't work, I'm gonna give the more fuller mask more with it instead. I'm not good at all, so don't judge me for this thing. But I thought I could maybe give a little greater thing. And I don't use, I can't say for the safety here, because the glitter is not good for the eyes, so don't do this at home if you don't want. Don't blame me. Everything is on your own. So at least I tried that one the first night. It was a little hard to get things together, and of course I tried it during the day too, that said that try it while you're reading or watching something or whatever, when you're relaxed and awake, because then you have it with you when you sleep, and the body might recognize, because it's not the same like reading when you don't think about reading, if you know what I mean, because the mask gonna feel is you're almost gonna have a constant pressure coming from it, air pressure, but it's also gonna feel if you suddenly need more, and then it's gonna blow up fully pressure on it till you start breathe normal through your nose, especially when I had that one, because you need to hold your mouth closed, else it's gonna feel like you don't breathe, and you're gonna start here, because the machine itself is not that noisy at all. You hardly hear it, but then you can hear when you have the nose mask, especially when you open your mouth, it starts to press in the airflow, and it comes out from your mouth, and it don't feel great at all. So you want to close your mouth at once, and that is actually to make you breathe through your nose, where we actually should do most of the time if it's normal. So I thought Oh, I felt okay. I'm gonna just wash off my fingers a little because they're a little bit green. And yeah, what should we say? I tried it the first one. I'm still sleeping alone in the bedroom because Trevor wanted to give me a fair chance to get used to things. Let's see if we can just do this. And yeah, it was not like something I'm used to do, if you know what I mean. But it actually went better than I thought, and actually it showed up that already the first night, so instead of having at least 36 breathing stop through an hour, I went down to 2. You hear? 2 compared with 36. That is a big difference. Definitely a notable one. And I was happy that when I woke up, because I still have a little like this tired thing, but not in the same way like I usually have. And at the same time I felt a bit more energetic, not that fatigue in the same way. Of course I'm still tired because it's been months for maybe even years without, maybe I don't know how long I have this thing going on, but I haven't got it investigated because no one have really taken me serious when I complained about my tiredness. And then I started to look for other reasons, because I got hypotherios too, so it's a common. Then I got fibromyalgia. It's also common with fatigue and that type of thing. So stress can give fatigue too. So you see, there's so much things that goes on that can give you different things. So it's not easy. It's not easy. Take the brush and brush off a little bit. I got some green under, but maybe we can do something about it. Because I'm not sure I want to have the green under. But then the first night went that well, and I was thinking, okay. The second night, Trevor actually decided this time that, okay, I'll give it a try. I'll sleep with you. You don't have to sleep alone. And he actually fell asleep before me, and was the one that actually disturbed me because he was snoring. But the difference between his snoring, I can hear him breathe and everything. So I think it's just because he's very tired, his positions, and a little overweight too. Not that much, but enough if you compare with how it was before he went to Sweden. So he not being the biggest guy when it comes to the body type. And I'm just gonna put on a little orange and that type of things. And so back to the big palette. And it's gonna be a long video anyway. I hope you have energy to watch it. And that's like I say, so yeah, we just jumped further, and it went very well with the second day too. I was a little disturbed, but I still have to get used to the bottles and remember to turn it off when I need to take off the mask, because else it starts to blow fully storm. Because you have like a bottom you're gonna press when you put it on, and when you're ready, you have the things on ready, but you don't put the machine on before you have everything in place. I take it a little over the glitter part too, so it like come together a little. I'm full of glitter again. Glitter is Aussie. It's like I said, I want to be there. Maybe I don't want to have you there. That's the problem. I want to have something else there. And green. So the second night, do you know the result? 0.3. Did you hear it? 0.3 per hour. That means I had less than 1 per hour. And do you know what I mean? It's the closest normal sleep I ever been for a very long time. And I can actually feel it, and I'm so happy. I just have my surgery now in next year. And for the weight too, so it's gonna help it even more. Who knows, maybe I drop down in weight a lot too, so maybe I don't need the machine, or I'm gonna still need it, but at least I have solved that part and maybe be able to be a more normal person and gonna get down with blood pressure and everything that we can't get control of. Anyway, see what we're gonna do. Where did I put that thing now? I'm a bit blind. I know I put it somewhere. This is the no, yeah, it was there in front of me. The first thing you go blind on is the eyes. No, so I'm gonna use my eyeliner on the waterline, if you know what I mean. Sorry if I bend down my head too much, because maybe so. I tried to see, but I think the most people that do the makeup still know where the waterline are, so they don't need to maybe see exactly everything. There are people that do this type of makeup with so much more better than me. And they are professionals too, some of them. So, but there is other people that are very good at makeup too. You got Nightmare Bliss, and you got Purple Jane, I call her, but Jane Wilkes on YouTube, and they're both Eldergoths, and they do amazing makeups, looks too. Sometimes a bit crazy, but that's the thing. You are supposed to sometimes step out of your comfort zone too, and it's actually good that we have people that actually dare do that. I think before I continue with the eye makeup, I'm gonna put on some blusher, but I'm actually gonna use from the eyeshadow palette. So of course we need a brush. Sorry for coughing. And I'm gonna use this red one, because I thought then it goes together with makeup. And when I got this much makeup on, I don't really have to be that afraid to. You can tone it down with some powder or something if you think it goes too crazy. But you know, when you have this much makeup on and it's so strong in the eyes, so it doesn't matter, because then you can show off a bit. I'm gonna see if an excuse if I don't hold the brushes is in the same way like people normally do. I'm left-handed, but sometimes I change hand, or sometimes I can't even hold things like people do, and I always find my own way to do it. I still think I need more on that side. So get it in the same. But like you see, is it about daring doing things too, no matter what. We're not youngster, but we can have fun. It's not the youngster that should have fun with makeup, even we older ones should have. And I'm not gonna stop, because I'm a goth. It's part of the visual part of me. I always said that music is the most important, but when it comes to when you go to club, of course the visible thing is important too. It's not important if you just sit home alone and something like that. If you don't want to do makeup, you don't have to do makeup to be a goth. You don't have to dress like one either. It's the music. And some people say, oh, it's not about the music, it's about keeping the scene alive with going to the clubs, going to concerts and everything. But then it is about the music, because you couldn't have any DJ, you couldn't have the clubs, you couldn't have the concerts if it wasn't for the music. So it's still the music in basic, but everybody has their own opinion. But as just saying, you don't need to look like one, you don't need to use all the fancy clothing, that type of thing. If that's not you, if you're a pink person, use pink. I'm not a pink person, I'm a very black person. but I try to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to makeup. And actually, if you look for some like Susie Sue from Sue and the Benches, you know she have very colorful. Then you got the one from Rose Garden Funeral Party. She have very colorful makeup too. You have I think it was Strawberry Switchblade, that also very colorful, and she just mentioned some of them. So don't hesitate when it comes to colors. And I thought I should take a little break now, because after gonna be very long. I think core wise, I'm gonna put on some highlighting. I'm gonna put on maybe eyeliner, maybe false eyelashes too, and do some lippies, and maybe even change my outfit to look a little better. But stick around, I'm soon coming back. Bye. So hello darlings, I'm back. I have put on eyeliner, magnetic eyelashes, some jewelry I made myself. One, maybe you can see that good. And like clothes machine, and this is the final look. So what did you like it? And please darklings, if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, of course you can do that too. And if you like my content, you can subscribe, and please comment. I would love to hear what you have to say about different things I mentioned in the video too, or other things you maybe want to see in the future. And of course, don't forget the little notification bell. And for old subscribers, thank you for being there for me. I love you all, no matter if you're new or old. You mean a lot for me. And the one I have mentioned in the video, I'm gonna put them in the description box. You're gonna find them. So please darlings, don't forget to do the usual stuff. And be nice to each other. Stay safe, be weird. And thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.